What is going on, 5-9 Gamers? It's your boy Minato here, and we're back with another Dokkan video. This time we're going to be going over version Z in its entirety, so every single change and update that was made and making the game look different, making the game possibly run smoother. Of course, I'm not alone here today. I'm joined by the guy Gale right here and the homie Sunblade. So hi guys.
Hello. Yeah, I'm excited about this one. Of course, I'm primarily a global player, but I've seen a lot over the last couple of hours, pretty much. You know, I have also the global version on this side as well, so I can compare immediately and see what differences there are. But yeah, I mean, I'm very excited to get a deep dive into this video because there's quite a few changes.
Alright, and Sunblade, you've been liking the version Z update so far? I know you're a GP player.
Yeah, I'm playing right now on the side, by the way. So yeah, I'm loving the update so far. Like, I'm a lazy player and I'm enjoying the auto mode, so I can farm some Dokkan event medals. Yeah.
Yes. The auto mode is definitely something we are going to cover here. So let's just hop right into it. One of the first changes I want to go over is basically the home screen. So if you haven't seen, obviously, or you really looked at it, the little tabs right here on the side of the home screen are different. Like, the whole kind of layout is a little different than what is usually there. Going over it, so you see this right here. This is the actual news button. From what I recall, it used to be on the right side of the screen instead of the left side, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right, Gail?
Yes.
You have it up,
Yes,
right?
it is. I'm looking at it right now. It is in the top right.
It's definitely a little bit of a weird change. So they kind of like pushed everything like a little bit to the side. So although the news button is right here, it was replaced by a separate button on this side, where this actually takes you into your missions tab. So this is where you actually are going to get your missions and, you know, like accept any missions that you've completed right here. And then the missions tab that used to be right here was replaced by the updated Guru button right here. So if we take a look at the updated Guru place, it's basically letting you know like things such as, say, super attack levels that you want to complete. These are characters you want to farm up and awaken. I believe this tab is like characters you want to finish getting hidden potential system updated. So like, say, like Maimono Bear, say I don't have full paths open, stuff like that, which is a very interesting change for sure. And it's basically the same here for like different types of characters you can get, like, you know, story event characters. I believe there's a Prime Battle LRs, for example, the Baba Shop, and things like that. So it's definitely updated to give you a better, clearer look on that. I mean, what do you guys think? I think it's a pretty nice change, especially for new players, to kind of get everything organized specifically on what next steps to do for your characters.
Yeah, I think the changes to the Giru recommended place is definitely a wanted one, I guess, for beginner players especially, because when you look at the recommended characters right now on Global, for example, they just show you 3 characters and then you have to keep updating it. Obviously, you could bookmark them back then. I'm pretty sure you still can. I mean, you don't even need to bookmark them because you'll be able to tell which page is what, and you can directly go from there. And it gives you a lot more information, which I think is very, very good, no matter what. Information's always good.
That's definitely true. I mean, what do you think, Sunblade? I think it's a great update for new players again. Like me personally, I had a tab for like characters I want to still awaken, farm super attack levels in the future. So this even helps, like, you know, me, like, you know, just kind of completing my box for a long-term player, wrapping everything up.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Like, as for me, I played Global in the past, and then I started my JP account 2 years ago, and I still haven't done everything. So this will definitely be a help for me. For example, I still have to grind the Prime Battle Vegeta and some of the free-to-play units, so I can use this as a support.
Yeah, and I like the change, honestly, again. So next up, we're gonna look over the kind of button.
One second. Before I want to point something out, I don't know where it's been moved to in this version, but the one button that they actually removed is the Shenron button. So whenever Porunga comes around, I don't know where it's gonna be. Obviously, that's gonna be the big thing, is where is Porunga gonna be. Maybe they'll replace the top left button where that Goku bingo card is or whatever. But yeah, the Shenron button is the one that they replaced in those four corner buttons, basically.
Yes, so I'll go over right now. But this actually was moved to the character screen. So basically, like where you train characters and everything like that. As you see, there's a new button here with the Dragon Balls right here. This is where you'll access Shenron, Purunga from now on. So yeah, if you guys worried about Purunga, you know, like, oh, where's the Purunga button, the Shenron button? That's all right here. So they're not like getting rid of it. That's for sure. It's still right here. It's just in a different section than before, not no longer in the main menu section, which I think is fine. It kind of makes things cleaner. And they also updated the wishes as well. I believe like with the Shenron wishes, you can now get like things such as I believe like meat for stamina, you can get Kais and things like that. So they updated the wishes to make them more modern Dokkan friendly, I guess you could say, which is a very great change.
I agree. I think that's a good move because especially if I guess we can do, I suppose, if you want to do the team stuff now. Team cost is no longer there, so that wish is invalidated at this point. So I think it's a good direction for them to go in. And yeah, no, I 100% agree. The meat thing is definitely something they needed to do, especially, you know, I have a lot of meat right now on my global account, but there used to be a time where it felt like they just didn't give enough of the stamina items out. So finally, you know, this will allow newer players to have stamina items if they want to just power through story and whatever, right? So good
That
to have that.
that plus the stamina going over with your rank up, so you keep the stamina that you had when you rank up. That's also another great thing for newer players too. Like again, a lot of this update is guided to newer players. One more thing I want to go over before I head over to kind of like the team building kind of aspect and then team building stuff right here is essentially this. So these are missions that you get from like, you know, getting this new LR Goku done, which, you know, we'll kind of go over a little more later on in this video, how to get them and stuff like that. But essentially this is new Goku that dropped with this version C, and there are missions you can get from like doing certain things in the game and like getting this Goku, and eventually you're going to be able to awaken to LR. These are a lot of like just small items that you can get to help you with that. Alright, and an additional thing right here is that if you end up clearing all the missions on this page, I believe you get some additional rewards as well. I know Sunblade has been working on this stuff, so feel free to take it away, man.
Yeah, thankfully I live in Europe, so I had time to play around with this a little bit. So I have finished the first step. So once you finished all 9 missions here on the tab, you get 10 additional Dragon Stones. That's pretty good. And then it puts you to the second step, and I already can see that you get additional Grand Kais for this. So I can tell you right now, I should tell you, finish this. The rewards are great. No time to waste.
So yeah, I think that's a pretty nice thing. That'll definitely be updated in the future for whatever future LRs we may get from like the little story mode that they introduced. But again, we'll go over that a little bit in there. But yeah, now that we're talking about teams specifically, let's go ahead and hop right into it. So of course, there's been a definitely big an update. First things first, the most important thing I guess you could say is there are now 50 team slots. So there only used to be what, 6 or 7 team slots. So they added a huge amount. I know that's definitely very good because we have like so many categories in the game now. Like if we look at all these categories, there's like so many teams and builds you can make. Having only 7 team slots was like criminal, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And you know, there's also another feature that they added as well. So I tried it out a little yesterday and I kind of understand how it really works, but there's necessarily like, say let's go to this new tab right here. So there's this new blue button that you have, like, you know, we always knew that about the red button. This button is how to sort between categories, you know, different things like, you know, weapon based super attacks, stuff like that. But now there's this new blue button. If you click on it, basically it allows you to auto build a team. Now there's been definitely back and forth between this based on from what I've seen with the community on, you know, how good it is, how like meta is. But like right here, let's see, this will basically auto build a team for me based on just my box. So if we click like this and we just click on and continue, it actually creates a Majin Power team for me. I'm not sure if it does anything different for you, Sunblade, but this is what comes up for me here when I just select to click an auto team based off of my box alone.
Okay, so let me do this right now. What do I get? It's loading, and I get a Potara team. So yeah, I guess there are different parameters here for every player, but yeah, let me.
I guess
Yep,
it
go ahead.
depends on the amount of dupes you have in those specific set of units potentially, as well as of course if there are EZAs, LRs to count and whatnot. That's my guess maybe.
So I know
Um,
that I have my box sorted by HP. So if we see, of course, I have my box sorted by HP specifically. And if you notice, a lot of these characters have really high HP stats. So it could be possible that it's basing off of a team best suited to how I'm sorting my box. So let's try to sort by attack, for instance. So let's go by attack, then typing. Let's see if that gives me a different team or anything like that. No, it gives me the same team, so I'm not sure what the parameters are exactly, but this is not something you're really going to do too often. So usually you're going to get this section right here. So let's say you want to build a Kamehameha team with Eijo LR Gohan, or a Universe 7 team with, Eijo UI Goku. You pick one of these characters, you just have it off, and you click OK. It creates a team based around that character. So of course it did give me Reps Universe 17 / Miraculous Awakening, I believe is Eijo UI Goku's team, and it goes based off of again parameters around your team. I want to fix my box here, but it goes off like different parameters based off of your box. It also goes off of what kind of links these characters are going to share. As you see, there's like Tournament of Power, this is Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, things like that. It also shows you like kind of what rotations of things you might want to go ahead and build based on what links these characters share, which is very cool. Honestly, I like that.
Well,
no,
I have
that's
to
a
say
massive
that I cringed a little bit when I saw the cell on screen.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not like the best kind of team builds ever, for sure, which is why I've seen a lot of people kind of like meh about it. But cells do share, again, 3 links with a lot of these other characters, as you see right here. So maybe that's
I
why.
will say it could lead to some fun shenanigans for potential races and versuses, right? Because hey, let the game build it for you, let the game build it for you and see what they have to offer you, kind of thing. I think that would be kind of fun.
Yeah, you can actually expect that here on the 5-9 channel. So if you want to see that, subscribe, and yeah, we'll definitely do those races. I thought about it too this morning.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to be a lot of fun. So you guys feel free to come ahead and check that out. 2 other things I want to go ahead and point out is you're able to go ahead and name your team. So right now this is team 12 because it's the 12th slot. But say I want to do U7 / Miraculous. It doesn't let me go past further than that. But like say we could do that. Universe 7 / Miraculous Awakening, for example. Another thing you could do is there's this little like copy button. And you could actually copy this team to any single slot you want. So say I want to copy this team to like slot 42. I click that slot, I click OK. And then if we go all the way to slot 42, we see it's not there actually.
It'll be in 5.
5? Oh, you're right. Okay. My bad. I can't count. But yeah, you see right here, it's in slot 42 right here in the 5th tab. So yeah, I mean, that's an interesting thing. They never really utilized that too often before. One additional thing you could do right here is if you click this, you could switch tabs, so you could just view all the characters and all your teams right here in one little concise screen, rather than swiping back and forth between all this, just in case you want to go to like this team right here and edit it or something like that. You could view everything, or you can change the team from here. And yeah, I think it's a pretty nice little update here, allowing you to set more teams. Especially if you're getting ready to like clear some super battle road stages or things like that. It allows you to set up so many different teams and setups of your personal favorites.
No, I 100% agree. I think the biggest thing for me personally is obviously, like you said, it'll come in handy for stuff like SPR. Obviously, if there's a IDBH, specific categories you need. Same with collection of epic battles or whatever the event is called. But on top of that, you can set up teams in advance to say like, oh, this is a team I want to link level. Okay, the second team is what I want to link level, or this is my specific world tournament team as well. Especially that last one, I think that's very nice because right now I have a designated slot that's literally just my world tournament team and has always been. So having more slots for other teams and then having my own world tournament slot will also be very nice with this update for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the World Tournament one. I'm sure people who've grind World Tournament watching this video know that, you have to set a specific slot, like the specific first slot available, because sometimes it doesn't go to the last cleared slot you did. So if you don't have your first slot set as the World Tournament one, sometimes it could allow you to bring in a different team, and it's really annoying. It's a whole World Tournament thing. But yeah, since we're here on this screen, let's go ahead and go into the hidden potential system. So there's been some changes to the hidden potential system. I can't speak, but namely, a lot of it is how it looks right here. So if we see they change, like basically the entire look here, and did a pop-up right there, but it's like a new UI design kind of thing. It looks a lot slimmer. It kind of seems more spread out as well. And there's also updates where, let me see if I could find a character that I haven't really unlocked potential in. That's going to be a little difficult for me. But let's say, this Gohan, is this a character? No. I'm trying to find a character that I haven't, put a lot of potential orbs into or anything like that. That I have, like, SA10 or something, but... guys, help me. Is this a character? We'll do... No, I can't do that Gohan. Oh, no. I'll do Piccolo. Piccolo's got maxed out here. So essentially, there's this new button right here on the side. So usually you're able to click the characters right here and view that. And you used to be able to sort, I believe, right here. But now if you click this button, it essentially clicks all the potential system for you, except for the main, like, crits, additionals, evasion type things that you're able to go ahead and pick yourself. Essentially, if you have all full dupes and like SA10 and everything, it allows you to go all the way up to 97% right here. So for the purposes of this video, I'll be using this orb and this Piccolo. That's not really great anymore, but it's fine. Even though STR orbs are very valuable, this is for the content gamers, and I'll go over a reason why I'm a little more okay with that, because there's been an update to the hidden potential event as well. But essentially right here, bam, I clicked on it, very, very easy. And then I can go through and choose if I want additional, dodge, whatever, additionals. And then after that, it's just very easy. Just a few more buttons you have to click. And you're able to go ahead and basically get this character fully rainbowed and maxed out here. So yeah, I mean, what are you guys thinking? I think it's a pretty nice little update right here. Again, just click again, bam, and he's fully rainbowed out.
I'm gonna be that greedy guy and say they could have easily implemented those buttons into the unlock all as well. I'm gonna be that kind of guy and say they could have easily done that rather than you having to press extra buttons after unlocking all of it. I'm not gonna front, but I mean, it's still really good. It's still something we wanted. I'm not gonna, crap all over that, but I feel they could have easily just done that as well. I'm kind of disappointed in that part, but otherwise, I mean, hey, it's something we've wanted for a very long time. And it's finally here, considering Legends got it, obviously, their whole unlock all thing in the Soul Boost system, right? So, finally good to get it here, for sure.
Well, Akatsuki needs to leave some room for further improvements, so I'll go with that.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I feel like, I don't know, let's click on this Goku, for example. That's not really I brought it up, but, if you see right here, maybe they could have let you, change it right here in this section or something like that to kind of give you that, type of, so that you don't have to, again, go through after and then click these buttons anyways, whereas you take a little additional time just doing it, because the point of this button is to do it on all one swoop, but if you can't really do that, then not necessarily that it doesn't have a purpose, because it definitely is a nice change, but it doesn't feel as good as if, you could just click one button and it completes everything for you, I can see where it comes from with that for sure. There is actually an option for you to change your character's potential system as before, but now you can go ahead and do it for the cost of 1 stone instead of 10 stones. So if we go to this additional, say I want to give him crit for some reason, I could change this with 1 stone right here, and if I clicked OK on this, it'll basically reset it, and bam, you see he's unrainbowed. It allows me to reset it. For the purpose of this, I'll keep this as additional, of course, because he wants additional, but bam, I can re-rainbow him. I can make those changes that I want for a much cheaper pricing, which is very, very good, especially for a lot of these units that easy A and then their build completely changes. Say like, you know, Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku, he became super effective post easy A, so you probably wouldn't want to give him additionals because of his stun and super attack effects. Things like that make it very helpful for these long-term players.
Man, you're really tearing through those SDR orbs, huh?
Yeah, maybe I should have picked a different, like a tech unit or something. Oh, it is what it is though.
So yeah, one final thing that we can address is the little button in between the green and the yellow one in the middle. If you press that one, the game will show you if you can unlock any paths in the hidden potential system. So yeah, we haven't talked about that yet. So that's pretty useful change, especially if you want to keep your box clean, and you see that little rainbow effect there. That's really good. So yeah, that pretty much tells you that you can open all of the paths in the hidden potential system. So yeah, a lot of quality of life changes that save time and keep everything clean. So yeah, it's a German cliche, so I personally love it.
But yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and let's check out a few more things. Of course, there's still plenty of changes to go through here. Let's click on this right here. So there's a little update to the screen specifically. Most of this is the same, such as this right here. These buttons are the same. So like this is the story mode. This is, you know, the portal memories, this is chain battle, you know, battlefield, things like that. There's an additional button that's listed up here. If you go here, this basically takes you to the Dragon Ball Z story. So what they're doing is they're updating like all these events and things like that to make it more, I guess, lively again in terms of retelling the Dragon Ball story. I'm assuming there's gonna be some for like, you know, not only Z, but like Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball GT, the original Dragon Ball series, stuff like that. So if we look here again, there's been an update to this event specifically, where you could farm up the new LR Goku, for example, right here, and a new support memory. So what are you guys thinking? There's like some cutscenes that we saw that are like active skill-esque. There's like a new category boost as well for Inhuman Deeds here.
I think it's good. I mean, they're not going to work on the main storyline or the main quest area, so if this is going to be something that they do, it's good. You know, it spices it up a bit. Honestly, outside of that, I mean, hey, we get access to a new LR for free from this, so I don't know if they're gonna do it for every story event, because that would be kind of crazy, you know. Say for example, there's the Kid Gohan Namek Saga. Are they gonna, you know, when they do remake that, if they do, and put it in here, is that gonna get an LR and stuff like that? So it just depends on what extent they go to. Of course, the new cutscenes are nice, but I don't know how many people are gonna watch it, to be honest. But hey, it's reset, more stones, I'll still take those.
So again, you see right here, even I haven't cleared it yet. So you get all these new stones from this event. So in total, you'll like from this clearing the stages alone, you get like 24 stones, which is really cool, along with the new cutscenes. I like the change personally. What are you thinking, Sunblade?
Yeah, I think it's great as a new way to grind stones. I haven't finished off the missions yet, but I'm working on it right now.
Yeah, so here are the missions. Here you can get the new Goku and things like that. One interesting thing I want to note is that, you know, just a little thing. Apparently this Goku drops as a TUR. I'm not sure why, but he drops as a TUR, so I guess it's also easy to just awaken him directly into an LR. Just very weird.
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird one, but oh well, you know, take what you get.
Yeah, we assume that Akatsuki extended the maintenance because of that, but well, I'll take it.
I mean, if it's easier to farm up, I'll definitely take that for sure. So next up right here, we do have, I'll go over this briefly. This is kind of a little update that they give for newer players in a sense. So if we go to this tab, there is basically, as you see, I bought this, but there are basically sell packs where you could get pretty good deals, honestly, for stones and for the actual green stone that's available currently. So if we take a look at the green stone specifically, I'm sorry if you guys hear that, by the way, someone mowing their lawn outside. But essentially what's going on here is that you do see basically, you know, greenstone options, and there's a lot of LRs that are out here. So we did cover this in one of our shorts, so if you guys want to check out my thoughts personally on what you should choose, you can go ahead and check that short out right away. But as you see, there are a bunch of good LRs that you could choose from here. What are you guys thinking?
Well, I'm obviously am excited as hell because I never pulled AGL King Cleveland. So finally I was able to get them. And for that price, Jesus Christ, it was like 23 euros for me, which is an amazing deal. 90 stones cost more than that when they are on the sale. So yeah, amazing deal.
I think it's fantastic. I think it's very good for starting players. I mean, it's one of the ways they can easily entrap and, you know, get these players to start spending off rip, you know, at the start of the game itself. I mean, a lot of other gachas do this anyways, you know, they call it a Star Dash pack. I'm pretty sure they call it the same thing here. It's great value. Star Dash packs are always great value. You get usually it's a guaranteed ticket or something else, and in another gacha here you're getting an LR off your choice. At least it's a, you know, pick and choose kind of scenario, which is great here. I think this is a good thing. Overall, very good value. If you're a starting player and you're willing to spend, go for it. If you're an existing player willing to spend, go for it as well.
I definitely agree with that. Starter packs are definitely a very nice thing to have in these gacha games to kind of give some, you know, if you're willing to spend on the game, give you like an extra little thing going on from there, an extra little leg to go off of. So yeah, let's go ahead and go into the next section right here. Basically, we covered most of the stuff in like the UI, basically, in like there's not really any more changes to the Baba shop, for example. So if we go to the events tab, there is actually like an event that was updated. It's the hidden potential system event specifically. So if we take a look, this is like technically an event that's going to be up for a short period of time, all the way until December 9th. But I'm presuming this is going to be how the hidden potential system event works from now on. So let's go to example the first stage, which this is the AGL stage specifically. And if we take a look here, there's actually also a change to the team on, you know, choosing your friend leads. So a lot of this right here, what we discussed about the team, is basically the same as what we discussed earlier when the actual team feature. But now there's an update. So to the friend that's chosen, there's a friend that's automatically chosen for you. That's based off of your team build. So of course, since I'm running like time traveler units and STR units, it chose Trunks and Mai as the ideal friendly to run to kind of cover my entire team up. If you don't like this choice that's made for you, you could always click this button and go to the friends list as normal. There's unfortunately not really any changes to the friends list specifically. It's the same as it's always been. So that's the only unfortunate thing. I feel like that's one thing that they could still improve upon in the future.
They did talk a bit about, sorry, yeah, I'll just mention, they did talk a bit about it on the live stream, saying, you know, what do you guys want to see changed? Obviously they were referring more in terms of like, oh, should there be co-op, PvP, or competitions, or whatever it was. So hopefully they saw more, so, you know, more people in the chat saying, you know, just improve the friend system, because a lot of people were saying that. So yeah, let's see. I mean, it's still kind of nice, you know, if you are not paying attention to the game or anything, it all automatically, you know, chooses a leader for you, which is okay. I can see where it will become annoying in certain situations. So yeah, it's there's pros and cons to this.
Well, so my take will be a little bit different. I have to say, as of right now, this is my favorite feature, and I can tell you why. Tomorrow the new season of Chamber will start, and I still had one character that I had to finish. It was the Int Rage Trunks, which got an Easy A, the Dokkan Fest one, and I still had to Dokkan Awaken this guy and completely Easy A him. So I saved so much time with this feature because I didn't have to look for proper friends. The game always set the right friend leader for me. So yeah, as you might recall, in the Extreme Z battle you have to use the Explosion of Anger team, And sometimes Beerus wasn't available, so the game chose Int Broly for me, and he worked very good as well. So yeah, everything that saves time for me is a great feature. So yeah, I really appreciate that one. But of course, I have to agree with Gale and Minato. They have to improve the friend system so we get more choices or can mirror our own leader. But yeah, I'm happy.
So one thing I guess you could say is that there's also this button. It's like a little refresh button. I believe if I click on it here, it'll give me a friendly based off of the team I've selected, and bam, you see I have LR Full Power Frieza here. Say this is like Android 17 and Golden Frieza team. I'm not sure. It'll give me like, again, a Join Forces leader, for example, that's available. Androids, it'll give me, there's an Android's friend. So that's something interesting. Like, again, this is a nice little fun feature. Again, it automatically selects a team.
That's mine.
Yeah, that's yours. Oh, there you go. It automatically selects a leader based off of your team build. So again, if you're like farming Dokkan events, if you're having Auto on, the only thing you really have to do is like kind of just hop back into it once you clear the stage. And they even select the friend lead for you, so you don't have to go in, searching through the friends list yourself trying to find a new friend. It automatically finds one for you and you can hop right into it. So it does save time for sure. I definitely get both points. In terms of what's improved though, like in terms of this feature right here, I think it's a nice addition. In terms of the friend system not being changed, definitely needs to be changed, but you can't blame the friend system not being changed and then apply that to this different feature, if that makes sense here. But let's go ahead and hop into the hidden potential stage itself, as this is again the main thing I want to go ahead and look into. So if we see, this is drastically different than what's currently on global right now, and there's two little things right here on the side as well. But if you see right here, bam, this specific stage right here does show you that there is essentially a very smaller stage, and you also get more orbs from here. And there's also two buttons. So there's this button on the left and there's a button on the right. So Sunblake, do you want to explain what these buttons do? It's pretty clear based on what they say, but I know you've liked using this specific mode a lot.
Oh yes, so as I told you before, I had to grind up the medals for the Dokkan Fest Int Trunks, and those two buttons are really coming in handy. So one of them is like the auto mode for the map, and the other one is the auto mode for the battle. So yeah, what I like to do is like to press those two buttons. You can activate them once you finished the stage once on the respective difficulty, and yeah, I just let the game play and it can do something else. I can work, whatever, man, but I can save time with this. But yeah, there are some downsides to both buttons actually, but yeah, Minato will go into this.
I mean, yeah, we'll go ahead and click both of these right now and have them active. So again, it automatically moves and goes forward for you. So on the map, one thing to consider is that a lot of people were thinking they could use this for link leveling. However, it prioritizes items on the field, so unfortunately does not prioritize fights, which is the unfortunate thing for link leveling. Now, when it comes to it working on the actual fights right here, as you see, it automatically shows the orbs, but it doesn't, like, for example, fix any rotations or anything like that. It just selects the orbs automatically based on what the rotation looks right there. So normally, say if we're in like an actual event, you would want to link like these two Vegetos together, right? However, the game does not actually go ahead and do that for you. It just keeps the rotations as they are and moves forward. And you see right there, it selected the number 2 when usually you would want to select, say, the number 1 to get the maximum amount of orbs. So again, right there, it seems like it was prioritizing finishing the fight, since the potential orbs on the field didn't actually count as an item. Alright, so we're going to actually add one additional thing here regarding the auto mode. So with the auto mode specifically, actually, it does something nice with the active skill. So I turn on the auto mode right here to see it's lit in green. But essentially, if you go here, you will be able to actually automatically activate any active skills that you have. So if you see Angel Golden Frieza, turn 1 active skill, he activates it automatically. And he is instantly transforming, and so this kind of is good thing slash bad thing considering how you see it. So like if you're trying to auto through an event and you don't want to transform with this guy, then it could be not great for you. But if you're like doing a Dokkan event and you just want power, that'll be fine. You'll just kind of power through this. I mean, what are you guys thinking? I think this could be fun potentially for like some maybe even races and stuff like that to kind of add a little more additional layer to that. What are you thinking?
It would be very nice. I mean, like I said, the auto battle system and everything definitely gives a lot of room to play with and a lot of more content to work with. So I'm very very excited about it.
Yeah, I actually love this feature because it gives us more opportunities for upcoming seasons for the International Tournament of Power. As for grinding, it's a little bit annoying, but because it can be time consuming. And yeah, when I'm in the Legendary Vegeta event or GT Goku event, I don't want Frieza to transform right away. So this auto feature isn't useful there because you need strategy. And yeah, as you can see on the screen right now, oh well, yeah, Minato just changed rotations.
Yeah,
The game
I
doesn't
turn it off,
change
but-
rotations, so yeah.
So
For,
like,
for grinding purposes, it's fine.
yeah, so like you saw in the first rotation, basically, that it's basically what's it called? It does the rotation as it is, but if you turn it off, you can't switch the rotations around. And I believe something we'll test here that if we basically turn it off right here, and we could set the rotations ourselves, then set the rest of the fight to just go automatically, and bam, you see. So technically, if you turn it off and on in each different one, you can set your own rotations. But at that point, you might as well click the orbs, I guess. I don't know. There's a very interesting change. I feel like there could be some little tweaks to this to make it a lot better.
Right. Right. But as I said, Akatsuki needs to leave some room for improvement, so we can be happy if another update comes.
It does to go through the stage though. It does work all by itself. I didn't click the, actual screen at all. And even if you have the auto on, I believe you can't even click the screen to actually make those changes yourself. So there are some unfortunate kind of disadvantage to it, as you can consider it. But I feel like for what it's intended, the mode technically does work well. I just feel like there could be some tweaks to it and a little bit of updating to, maybe even more customization options where you could choose what kind of battles you wanted to target. Maybe you could set your rotations the way you want to before entering a battle. That way that it doesn't mess up any rotations or things like that when you're actually going through an event. But at the end of the day, this is mostly just for like Dokkan events or going through like a story event stage where it gets done for you and you could do something else in the meantime, like, I don't know, watch some of our other 5-9 gaming content. but on all honesty, what do you think about this, Gail? I know you haven't actually tried versions just yet, right?
All right. I mean, in terms of the auto battle stuff and auto movement, I'm more interested in the auto battle, especially if I'm on a walk or on a run. Doing the map stuff is kind of fine. You can do that on the side, but the auto battle stuff is super nice. It just does it for you. In terms of the hidden potential stage as well, I mean, I'll take it. It's a smaller stage compared to the long stage that we have on global, and I think you guys used to have on JP as well. It was a similar map. So hey, I'll take everything we get, man. It's all good. Everything's good for me. Skip tickets is the next thing they need, though. Please, game. That's all I need.
One additional thing I want to point out is, as you see, we got all 5 types of the potential system orbs. So you used to have to choose which fight you want to do, and especially on global, this is similar to what it is in global, where you got 2 different types of orbs. But now there's only one fight, you get all 3 types of orbs, and then you could choose an additional path if you're searching for a certain type of orb. So like me specifically, I love getting as many medium orbs as I possibly can, because I feel like those are the orbs that are given out in the least amount, or at least they were previously in the previous kind of hidden potential kind of thing we had going on there. But now we can again go for whichever one you would choose, and you can get additional orbs based off that. if you saw on the map, there was like a question mark. That gives you additional orbs if you go down that route specifically. So yeah, it's a pretty good update to the hidden potential system in general. It's a much quicker way to go about things, and you don't have to worry about getting like a messed up roll as much because it's such a small stage. And usually I found they give you 1 and 2s anyway, so you will rarely miss the actual hidden potential little spots on the field. This is only part 1 of the version Z update, so there's much more to come in the future. We'll be covering that on the channel, so feel free to go ahead and keep a look there. But yeah, any final thoughts on the version Z update as a whole, Gail? I think it's been a wonderful thing so far, and I've been having a lot of fun kind of trying all this stuff out.
No, I 100% agree. I think the one thing I really like about this update is that it feels like Dokkan is finally coming out of that 2015 gacha, that 2015 gacha style. Because the biggest thing with, Dokkan and you look at older gachas is that they're very boxy, they're very staticky. There's no fluidity to them or anything of that sort. But this update, from whatever I've seen, Truth's gameplay, you showing it on screen right now, whatnot, it feels a little bit more rounder, it feels a little bit more modern, the animations look crisper. Overall it feels like it's gone from 2015 to, let's say, 2017, 2018, but hopefully future version Z updates, whatever, part 2, part 3, how many ever parts they have, that makes it finally come into this modern gacha style, which it kind of has to. We've been saying it for the longest, especially with the releases of other gachas such as Genshin, Uma Musume, and stuff like that. Dokkan needs to also, modify itself to be able to compete well enough. It's obviously getting top grossing still and whatnot, but once it nails the aesthetics, the UI, the gameplay, the sky is the limit still for Dokkan.
Yeah, I agree. There's definitely a lot that they could do to improve the game. These little small changes making in the game just look better to your eyes, visually, and, the auto mode as well, kind of making grinding a little easier, just shortening these events and things like that. Just making the game a much more friendly modern gacha is definitely a good thing, because this game is old, and, if they don't adjust to the changes, eventually the game, could have a quicker shutdown period if it doesn't do things like this, which is why this version Z update is so important. But thank you all for watching till the end. Let us know what you guys think of the version Z update in the comments below. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do all those fun things, and thank you all for watching again. We'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.